When we got off the plane in Lagos and we came out of the airport, I gasped and I was like, there are houses here. There are cars here. You see, all that journey, 6 hours or however long it took, that was in my head, that there's no houses and there's no cars in Nigeria.
Hi, I'm Katie, and this is Tina.
Hi, Kate. Yeah.
And I'm really excited for this conversation. I really love to read her Facebook posts, her stories about the Christian culture in Africa, that just the African culture that she's in, where she lives, is just so fascinating to me. And I think it's just so cool to be connected to people, different cultures with different perspectives. So anyway, let's get into this.
Well, thanks so much to finally meet you. It's a pleasure. Thanks for inviting me onto your channel.
So, first off, I want to say huge congratulations for reaching 1,000 subscribers. Oh, I'm looking forward to that day, getting that beautiful community tab.
Yeah, 1,000 subscribers. I know. After 2 years, finally. I thought I'd never get there, to be honest. It took so long. It's like there was no progress on my channel, but people were watching. You know, the odd one here and there were subscribing, and I'm so happy. On the 2nd of July, after 2 years, I finally hit 1,000 subscribers. You'll have no idea how comforting, that is, waking up and just seeing 1,000 subscribers and knowing that it unlocks many buttons on YouTube. So at the moment, as of today, I've now got 1277. So I've got 277 in 2 weeks, which is massive, and I'm so grateful to God.
That is really cool. So, I forgot to say, where are you from and where do you live? Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yes, my name is Tina. I'm a Nigerian. Both parents are Nigerian. My husband is from Ghana, so two nations. I was born in London, UK, but I grew up in Nigeria. My parents only came over here to study, and when they finished, they decided to go back to Nigeria to work and stuff, so they took us back. So we were quite young, my sister and I. We were really little, and then my sister, we are back here now in London, UK, but my sister hasn't got any earlier memories of ever being here, but I could still remember a bit when we came back. So yeah, so I grew up, my formative years were in Nigeria, hence the accent. I live, I said, yeah, London, UK. I live here now with my husband and my children.
You can find out a lot about a person by what makes them laugh. Like movies, for example. I really love The Princess Bride, The Producers, Guilty Pleasure, School of Rock, even though I haven't watched that one in forever. But anyway, what is the funniest movie for you?
My funniest movie, that's a hard one because there's so many movies out there. I've enjoyed so many, to be honest. I can't really think of a funniest one. I enjoyed Sister Act. I wouldn't call it my funniest, but it was funny. Um, I prefer dramas. What I mean by dramas is true life stories that they turn into a film. I enjoy those ones a lot. And, Christian movies.
Oh my goodness, I love Sister Act. I will follow him wherever he may go. Oh, so much fun. I need to watch that again. I'm getting more into dramas. Yes. So, speaking of drama, what gets under your skin? What just makes you go,
What gets under my skin? I hate rude people. I really hate rude people. I'm a easygoing person, but I can't stand rude people. There's some people on Facebook who just feel because they're in front of their computer they can be rude. I do go into my to inbox them and kind of say, all right, you know, you've had your say, can you drop it now? And if they still continue, I just block them straight away. Just block them. I can't stand rude people. And also, I don't think you should go on somebody's YouTube channel, any social handle, and comment under what they've said as you are wrong. That to me is wrong. You can't say you are wrong. Say I disagree with what you said. I'm not sure I agree with you, but don't say you are wrong. You know, you can't say that. I've commented, but that doesn't mean I'm wrong, unless, of course, if it's a 2 plus 2 answer and I said 5 instead of 4, then you can say you are wrong. But if it's other theology debates, you can't say you are wrong. Just say I don't agree with you. That's much more polite. So rude people gets under my skin. And of course, husbands who abuse their wives, you know, hit them, beat them because the woman hasn't got a job of her own. She hasn't got anywhere to go. She relies 100% on that man, so he feels he can do whatever. Some men would even bring a girlfriend to the matrimonial home. She can't say nothing. That's the wife, because she hasn't got a job. That's why every woman should be independent, be strong, independent women. Have a job, have a career, go back to school, study. I'm still studying. You know, you can tell from my books, on my bookcase. I'm still studying. I'm reading for a degree. I've got 2 more years now and I'll be done. So, you know, better yourself so that no man will treat you like a doormat. Yes, I know. You know what I mean.
So, your channel is called The Bible with Tina. I love the Bible. There are so many really juicy, good stories and things in there and history. So, what do you think is. Oh, how did I phrase this question when I asked it to you? There are so many juicy parts in the Bible. What do you think is one of the juiciest parts?
Favorite part in the Bible? The Bible is full of funny bits. When the Bible says in Genesis that when Jacob woke up in the morning, behold, it was Leah. That is so funny. You know the story. He thought he was getting married to Rachel, his beloved, you know, person he so much loves. So he did the wedding and everything. And as customary in the night, he was led to his tent and he'd done the deed. And in the morning, he kind of stretched himself and looked at his beautiful bride, and he must have done a double take. And the Bible says, behold, it was Leah. And Jacob went to his father-in-law and said, what have you done? You've deceived me. I thought I married Rachel, not Leah. And then the dad said, well, you can also marry Rachel. You have to marry them both. That was funny. And when Paul called the high priest, I think it was, you whitewashed wall, that was funny.
I think my favorite story is when, shoot, who was it? Samuel was dead. He was in heaven. Saul, like, went to a witch to find out, like, get some insight from him about what he was supposed to do. Actually used a witch to contact the dead. It worked. The witch was freaked out because this was not normal. And the prophet that was being called upon was like, leave me alone. God already abandoned you because you messed up. So leave me in peace. Bye-bye. Oh man, that's a good one. It's just so random. It's just so weird. But wow, with your international life, you must have experienced some real culture shock. Can you share a little bit about some of the culture shock that you've gone through?
So yeah, when my parents decided to go back to Nigeria, so I had to tell my friends in school, saying I'm going to Africa. That would be my first time in Africa, and we're going to Nigeria, and you know, and this was back then, and the kids said, oh, you're going to live in Africa, they don't live in houses, and they don't have cars. And I was so upset. I went to my parents and I said, I don't want to go to Nigeria now. People don't live in houses and there are no cars. And my parents said, who told you that? I said, that's what they told me in school. These were like little kids my own age, but this was the perception they had of Africa. So I said, oh my God, I can't live, in the forest. I can't live in the jungle. I've never lived in the bush before. So, and then we did travel to Nigeria, and when we got off the plane in Lagos and we came out of the airport, I gasped and I was like, there are houses here, there are cars here. You see, all that journey, 6 hours or however long it took, that was in my head, that there's no houses and there's no cars in Nigeria. And there was everything. I was blown away. That was a culture shock. But the other culture shock was how children were treated. Here in London, in the West, children have a voice. We listen to them. Sadly, not all the time, because there's still abuse of kids going on. But in here, yeah, as I said, kids have a voice. We listen to our kids. In Africa, when I went there as a kid, I was terrified. Kids were getting beat up in the streets and nobody said anything. Parents would lash their kids until there's marks all over their skin and blood. I was like, oh my God, my parents have brought me here to be killed. But I survived and I came back to London and here I am today. Right, tell me a little bit about yourself. I know you're American and you lived in Sweden and you've also lived in South Africa. How did all those trips come about?
So I wanted to show you to answer questions. I'm wearing my dress that is from Ghana. Ha! Small world, huh? Okay, I gotta show you the full coolness of it. Isn't it great? Woo! Okay, so a little bit about my life and how I did all those travels. I was with a Christian theater company called Covenant Players, and that's how I traveled and lived in so many different places. And I ended up in Sweden because my husband is Swedish, and this is the island that he grew up on. So yes, through this theater company, I was all over Germany speaking countries, French speaking countries, and South Africa, as well as 4.5 months in a huge chunk of the US.
What motivated you to start your YouTube channel?
It's just something that I had wanted to do for so long. I even had made some videos like 11 years ago, back in the day. Those videos are still out there, not on this channel. I wanted to save my memories. I wanted to connect with people. I wanted to just try it. And in the beginning, I didn't even want to edit. I just wanted to say thoughts and upload it and put it out there. So I've really come a long way in learning things. But the motivation for all of the things that I've done has always been about connecting with people.
How did you and your husband meet? Like, how long did it take from when you met to when he proposed and to when you got married? Because my story, that I met my husband, we met and married within 1 month. So how long did it take you? Were you as fast as me, or did you take your time, waiting on the Lord, making sure that he's the right man for you?
So we met in 2008, and once in the summer of 2008, and became friends right away. We became a couple summer 2009, and we got married summer 2010. Yes. We got engaged. So we became a couple 2009. We got engaged that Christmas, so actually New Year's Eve, with this fireworks going off all around us and the snow lightly falling.
And what's your favorite story in the Bible, or your funniest, or your saddest? Which one is it for you?
A story that I always come back to again and again, it's just so full of drama, that is just so rich, is the story of Joseph and his brothers selling him into slavery, and all these situations that he finds himself in thrown in jail for accused for something he didn't do, denying the Pontifer's wife, and being forgotten again and again. And when him and his brothers are finally reunited, and he's just weeping and realizing that God had a plan through all of these terrible things happening time and time again, and it was never pointless. It was always preparing him, and it was towards the point of saving so many thousands of people from famine. The forgiveness between that he gives to his family, his father got to see him again before he died. It's just so beautiful and so powerful.
And finally, what motivated you to start your YouTube channel? Because there must have been a push, some reason. There's something that keeps us going. If that passion is not there, we would have jacked this in a long time ago. So what motivated you to start your YouTube channel?
I did answer this in the earlier question, but I like what you said because it feels more like a continuation of the question of what motivates me to continue on. And I've gone through so many iterations of this channel. Like some people, they pick a new niche, they start a new channel, it's just all over here. I've started out with wanting to encourage Christians to love better. After I did my initial vlogging, kind of learning editing through that. And then it went to memory keeping. And I just kind of have tried different things. And what's gotten me to keep going is like comments, just connecting with people on deeper levels, seeing that what I make can encourage and challenge and inspire others. And I get so much challenge and encouragement and inspiration from them. And I'm just really excited to see other people grow. I'm excited to see myself grow. And Eric Wen, man, this guy and his channel has really encouraged me to keep looking deeper to finding what my voice is and what this whole thing should be about. So that is a complicated answer, but I hope that it's okay.
Those are all fantastic answers. Thank you, Kate.
Thank you so much, Tina, for doing this with me. And thank you to anyone who watched it. I hope you enjoyed this. And you should definitely check out Tina's channel. She's got a lot of wisdom about the Bible and a lot of encouragement and wonderful stories to share. She also shares daily things on Facebook, daily little stories and encouragements and challenges that are just so much fun to read. So I will link those things. So thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
I would love to talk again and talk more about fun, weird, strange, juicy things in the Bible with you. But thank you and hugs to you.
Okay. God bless. Bye.
Hugs. See you next time.